Hi guys, welcome to this video. So lately I've been thinking a lot about alternate picking. Now, alternate picking isn't one of my strengths, so I tend to think about this a lot. You know, I always feel like I'm making good progress working on it, and then I might have a few days where for some reason I won't be able to play, or I need to practice something else for a period, and my alternate picking just goes again. So that's the problem for me. So lately I'm back on the alternate picking thing. You know, I'm working on it, I'm trying to spend a bit more time doing it rigorously, the metronome's out, all that kind of thing. Anyway, I decided to come up with an exercise that worked on something that I was struggling with a little bit. Basically what I'd found was that, and this is common knowledge, but a lot of where I was going wrong was when I had to do something called string crossing. So very simply, string crossing is divided into two categories. So category one is when you cross the string using an outside picking motion. So it's a downstroke and then an upstroke on the adjacent string above it. If you were to use inside picking, you'd be going an upstroke and then a downstroke. So as you can see, with the outside picking, we're jumping over the string and then coming back. So obviously that works in reverse too. So up to down is outside picking, and up to down is of course inside picking. So hopefully that makes sense. But I was finding that my outside and inside picking was better when I was, let's just take this figure for example. It was better when doing something like that, either in or out, than it was doing it this way, or the outside version. So I thought I'd come up with an exercise that worked on each version of this inside, outside, up and down thing. It's in a strange time signature, but don't let that put you off, but I think it works quite well. So here's how the exercise goes. And then it just repeats. So as you can see, we start with an inside pick, and then we go down the scale, and then we have an outside pick, but coming down, and then coming up, we obviously have to outside pick to get back to where we were, and then another outside pick, and then an inside pick coming up, and then when you start it all again, the cycle continues. So if you spend some time with this exercise, what you might find is that you'll find yourself maybe able to locate areas where this is a problem for you. And that gives you the opportunity then to work out what's going on and try to iron it out. So it's quite tricky. And like I said, I'm still getting to grips with it, but I'm kind of finding where there might be issues within the mechanics of my playing. Of course, you can start the same phrase with an upstroke, and it just flips where those inside picking bits and outside picking bits are, obviously. So for the more adventurous of you, you can also try inverting this phrase so that it starts in the ascending motion. And that goes like this. A bit faster. Now obviously you can switch the picking round on that one too if you're feeling even more adventurous and you have loads and loads of time on your hands. But yeah, one observation I find is that the sort of single address on one string, this kind of thing, where you only hit the string once and you have to come back quickly, is different to when you have to make the move but then you're stuck on that same string. So there seems to be less complex motion going on with the wrist when you're staying on the string that you've arrived at rather than coming straight back. Obviously this is different to when you're playing a kind of sort of straight through arpeggiated thing. So hopefully that helps you out. I mean, it's quite a simple short exercise, but it's really quite challenging to get it absolutely smooth, and it's a bit of a tongue twister for your right hand, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So over the years I've come up with loads and loads of exercises like that while putting stuff together for JTC. These packages are much more in depth, obviously, and you can find them in the description, but I'd recommend those for going the extra step, if you like, from these exercises. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. That would be amazing. So check us out on all of the other social media things, but also please check out the Guitar Hour podcast. Now we're on Instagram and all the social media things. I do this with Tom Quayle, who you'll almost certainly know, Mr. Dan Smith and Dave Beebe, fine gentlemen both. And we talk about guitar related things in podcast format. But we are also doing the Patreon thing where you get licks from us every week. And it'll be one from Tom, one from Dan, one from Dave, one from me. And it's kind of stuff like this, a bite-sized kind of information that's really helpful. But yeah, I'm really interested to hear if you have any kind of cool exercises that work on this kind of thing. And always, appreciate any comments or shares or likes. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Take it easy.